Hey guys, so I was doing a little bit of scripting and had to get the exchange rate for Bitcoin in different currencies. Now you can achieve that using the API of different exchanges, and I thought Coinbase is a pretty good API. So you can find the documentation of their API in developers.coinbase.com API version 2. Then you can actually use Ruby, Python, and Node.js for this. I really didn't have to go through all of this because I really don't need to interact with any of the accounts or the wallet or anything like that. So I really don't need the API key and secret. All we need is something simple. We need to retrieve the currency and the exchange rate. That's all we need. So there is an endpoint here which is under currencies. What's wrong with this? So I'm here. Get currencies, and then we get exchange rates. We can see here that we can get a response. This is Node.js. Let's just use the simple endpoints using curl. So we get these. So this is the endpoint to get the currencies, and this is the endpoint to get the exchange rates for different currencies. So we'll be using this endpoint. Let's copy this, and let me fire up the command line. Where is it? Yep. First of all, let me just start Python 3. Basically just an environment variable I set for Python 3.6.1. Now that we have Python, I'll import the library requests to be able to call the endpoints and get the response from them. So for the endpoint that we have just seen to get the exchange rates, I'll store the response in a variable called response, and then I'll call requests.get. So we're not sending, we're just retrieving. So it's get, and then the endpoint here, like so. Basically, this is this URL here is the one we obtained from the documentation we've just seen earlier. And then let's enter this, and then if nothing goes wrong, if all goes well, we don't get any errors showing. Now, to verify that we've got a proper response, we can print out response. If it's 200, then we're good to go. And there we are, it's 200. So let's see what this object has. Let's first of all, let's see the type of the responses. If it's a class, if it's a JSON, we can see it's a class of type response. Now let's see the type of attributes this object contains. So using vars method in built-in method, and then we could just go response, and then we get all the type of attributes in this object. Pretty much it's not readable, so we are only interested in underscore content, this portion here. We're really not interested in the rest of the in the details in here, but we have to keep in mind that this is a binary data. You know what, let's do it this is step by step. So first of all, now we got a response. Let's store response to underscore content, like so, would basically give us the details we're interested in. And we have to keep in mind this is a binary data denoted by the B here. So let's convert this to a string. So let's call this string response, and then we just decode this. So response, sorry, there's a typo there. Response to underscore content, and then we just decode this to using UTF-8, like so. And it's a typo again, response, like so. And then if we print str underscore response, we should be able to see a string format of the binary data. Now, to make this more interesting, what we could do is that we could convert this into a JSON format. Now we need to convert the string to a format, to a JSON acceptable format. So let's call this JSON acceptable format, and then the way we do this is that we need to get rid of the apostrophe here. So we go like str underscore response dot replace, and then we just replace this with the with the quote, like so. And there we are. And then the next thing we're going to do is that we need to import JSON library, and then we'll also, for convenience, for a better representation, instead of us just printing the whole thing, dumping the whole thing in the screen, we should prettify it a little bit, if that's the right term. I'm not really sure. So we're going to import pp_print like so, and typos, pp_print. There we go. Now that we have the JSON imported, now let's call JSON and load the JSON acceptable format into JSON. So it'll be JSON.load, and then we're going to supply in the JSON acceptable format like so. Again, it's a tiny mistake, so it's not load, it's loads. There we are. And then the next thing we're going to do is just pprint.pprint, and then we just supply the JSON string that we just made, dictionary more or less. And then we get to see all the different exchanges here for the Bitcoin. At this point in time, if we can look at U, which is the US dollars, we realize that it's something about 9,000 something US dollars, 9 something 9. It's almost sitting at 10,000. Anyway, so basically it's that simple. So yeah, that's basically is about it. And so yeah, I hope you this was useful. Yeah, just to verify that all is all right. So we've printed the JSON objects that we created just now. So you can actually make sure that it's in JSON format. Is type JSON, sorry, and it's actually a dictionary here. So we're good to go, and thank you very much. Have a good day.